Hello, long time no video. I just wanted to do a quick share. I'm listening to an audio book by Peter Levine. He's the one that wrote The Body Keeps Score. And I think this book is called Healing Trauma. And I just really wanted to share. I was just going to post a statement he just made that was just so wow for me. But I really wanted to give the context around it, so, it has more full meaning and understanding. But the statement was, and well, I guess maybe I'll start out with the context. Peter Levine's work is, he's amazing. He started out as a stress analysis, did work for NASA and that, and just studied organisms, including animals, and their stress responses. And then he went on to study psychology and sort of combined it all together and just noticed like these the physiology of the body and how trauma is very much held in the somatic, meaning the body, and just helped people through. Because like when you struggle after trauma with PTSD and that, you're stuck in the parasympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight, freeze or fawn. So we can live, we're made to live more in the parasympathetic, the more rest and digest, which, makes sense why most people that have lived through trauma have digestive issues and, a lot of other somatic, a lot of other body trauma going on, body stuff. So, it's all very much related. So he noticed that like with the animals, when you're go through something traumatic and you go into fight or flight, it's a process that needs to be finished, and we're made the same way as animals. We're, we used to, times have changed. You can go on Amazon and get something delivered to your door right away. But the human being didn't always live like that. So we have these primal instincts, our survival need. So our need to survive, our need to protect our being, our survival instincts. And they're still very much intact and, involved in the 2022 human. And so this is about that, about our survival instincts and about how trauma is very much linked to that. So PTSD is the result of shock. It was first called shell shock. And I think it's beautiful that we have a society that tries to contain things and not let people emotionally overload everyone or lose their shit everywhere. But they should be able to do that in a safe space, and, and that may be with a therapist or a really understanding friend, and that maybe also has a little bit of background too, because we can unknowingly push someone too hard and too fast. And but anyway, so I'll read the quote that he said. It was, "Remember, trauma is the result of the most powerful drive the human body can produce. Respect it." So what he's referring to is our survival instincts. So trauma is the result of the most powerful drive, our survival, that the human body can produce. Respect it. So just again, to bring a little empathy and understanding to people that have lived through trauma and who have struggled with PTSD and other things, that happen to the organism, to the being after going through shock. And, PTSD is one wow event, and CPTSD, complex PTSD, is from multiple shocking infractions, including domestic violence, car accidents, and, just other things that are too hard for the brain to process. And, the body kind of shuts down into kind of like a protective, isolated state. but we need to finish that fight or flight process. That's what I was getting at with the animals. So like if an animal is chased and, you know, it's being hunted, you know, just like when we go through trauma, we get these same feelings. You know I've described it as I felt like I was a trapped animal, you know. And so then when you are, the animal gets chased, if it manages to get away, it goes and shakes. It shakes it all off. It goes into basically like he said, it's why people avoid it so much is it feels like death, and you're shaking off that fear, that fear that you almost just died, you know, and so you're shaking that off, and the animal just allows the body to just finish off that fight or flight process. Well, you know, because like I said, we're so much about, you know, oh, calm down, here, take a pill, chill out, everything's okay. We don't allow the finishing of the fight or flight. So, you know, I've done some somatic work before. It's amazing. You know, it's like when you're with someone and someone's holding space and you can just let all that shit out. Just let it out. Just let it go. Finish the processing, you know, shake, cry, get angry, scream, you know, it's very primal. And you know, at the other side of letting out all of that fight or flight is bliss. You know, it's, you know, the body is no longer bracing, no longer hanging on to that shit, you know? And so I'll just repeat it one more time, what he said. That was amazing. And then I'll let it go. Remember, trauma is the result of the most powerful drive the human body can produce. It demands respect. Just remember that, you know? So when someone's lived through trauma and they're going through what looks very maladaptive to you, remember that is the result of their instinct to survive. Peace out.